guys, Kiwi Bush Mechanic here. Today we're going to be disassembling a fan from an EX70U hitachi digger. Most diggers are the same. Automotive's slightly different. They normally have viscous hub and stuff on them. Older vehicles have a solid mounted fan, but most diggers are all just a solid mounted fan. Same with bulldozers, solid mounted or a hydraulic fan. But today we'll run you through removing a fan and show you a few tricks along the way to better get the fan out without having to pull the whole radiator and assembly and stuff out. As the manual states, you don't have to do that, so we'll show you that trick. No worries. Righto guys, as you can see here, she's an older machine, and normally on later model machines you'll have a safety guard here to stop you putting your hands in, but I think if you put your hands anywhere near a machine with the fan spinning, you shouldn't be working on a machine, so you should have enough common sense to not be able to stick your hand in there and get it all munched up by the fan. But that makes it a lot easier not having that guard in the way there. So today's tool, all you need is a quarter drive socket with a 10mm socket on the end of it, everyone's favourite size that they lose. All you got to do is get down to the front of here. There's 4 smaller bolts in the front of it, in the centre of the hub. And you just crack them off. So you can crack one off at a time, pull them out, or you can loosen the whole lot and unwind them by hand. Either's up to you guys. And what the manual states is that whole assembly, this whole assembly here, the manual says you've got to pull this out to get to the fan hub, but you don't actually have to, because this little trick here works great. Done it quite a few times. Pulling it out's easy, putting it back in is a bit of a nightmare sometimes, but it's just lining up the bolt holes. You don't even have to loosen the fan belt or anything, you can just leave it all in place. As long as you don't start it and run it, it shouldn't really go anywhere. So you just work your way around these 4 bolts. Alright, I'm on the last bolt now. Just going to get down there, last bolt out of the bloody way. Sometimes these will come straight out, sometimes you got to move the top hose over and a few other bits and pieces, but I'm guessing this one, from memory, it should just come straight out. There's our 4 bolts, leave the buggers up there, and this here should just slide straight out. Hopefully. If not, we're going to pull the hose off. On the end of this snout here, there's a little adapter that pushes it out to the fan, and it's just restricting the fan coming past. So you don't want to rip the fan out of there, because you'll end up damaging your radiator, and you don't want to do that. So we're just going to get a hammer, give that a light tap, and that should just come off. Right, so we've got ourselves our copper hammer, nice and soft, so it ain't going to damage your bloody material, whatever you're hitting. These are well worth the money if you got to break things free. I use them quite a lot on brake drums and stuff like that, tapping around and all that. You don't damage the steel, it's a softer material, so very handy to have. Just give that little tap, there we go, it's come loose now. So there's that little adapter hub, don't forget to put that back in when you put it back together. Now we'll just try again, and hopefully it just gently wants to come out. There we go. Ease it out, don't force things, things will come out if they need to. And there we go, we've got our fan out. So the reason for replacement on this fan is fan looks like this in whatever you own. Doesn't matter if it's a digger or a bulldozer or a truck or a car or anything. With a plastic fan and it's got cracks in it like that, replace it. As soon as you see the cracks, replace it. Because when these explode, they will go all through your radiator and make a hell of a mess and cost you a lot more money than just the fan is. Because generally these will let go, they'll go through your radiator, total your radiator, take out your fan belts, and sometimes they lock up that hard, they'll damage all your water pump too, so you got to change all your water pump and sometimes hoses and stuff like that. So it can be very, very costly mistake. So if your fan's cracked, replace your fan. Awesome guys, thanks for that. Thanks for following my first ever episode of Kiwi Bush Mechanic. I will be trying to upload at least once a week. This is episode number 1, so we'll see how we go. Hope you guys learnt how to pull the fan out. We will later on be replacing this fan once the parts turn up and reinstalling it back into the digger, so we'll run a video for that for you. And yeah, you guys have a crack at it yourself. Like and subscribe. My Facebook page is SG Mechanical on Facebook, New Zealand based company, so give us a bell if you've got any troubles, otherwise hope you can find a video that will sort you out. Thank you.